Elden Ring has been delayed until February 25th. That's more or less a month. Not a huge delay. It's not like it's going to be pushed back a quarter or anything like that. About a month. And has a network test coming up it's a closed network test that people, I think, can sign up for. That's happening in November. And that's, as the name would imply, to test their online portion, much like they had in the Dark Souls games and whatnot.
I'm actually going to buy this game. This is going to be a game I will buy. Believe it or not.
Stop! No! Impossible!
I don't own a single game for my PS5. I will buy this game. And I will play it.
Somebody mark your fucking calendar. Mr. Black is buying a game in the year of our Lord 2022.
And I might actually enjoy it, you know? I really enjoyed Blood, what was it? Bloodthorn? Was it Bloodthorn?
Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne, that's it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. It's probably my favorite Dark Souls game or esque game.
Same developer.
Same developer, yeah. I mean, it's Dark Souls.
It was the spiritual spin-off.
Yeah, I mean,
sorts.
it for me it was the best paced. Still really challenging, but not like so ridiculously dumb that like you have like 2 or 3 hours at a time where you just hate your life and you're really just not enjoying the game. I mean, there were still moments of that game that were very, very tough, like very, very tough. But like, you know, like some of Dark Souls 2 and even Dark Souls 3, some of the bosses were just like almost broken in design. Like it was like they were just.
Well, Dark Souls 2 was broken in general.
Yeah,
so there was
just
that.
like there's just things about it that like didn't seem that was the type of hard they were going for, and it just so happened that's the way it was. It was like it was just more annoying than anything. I just found Bloodborne a nice.
It was definitely like I think
game.
Most people that played all 3 Dark Souls and then played Bloodborne would have similar thoughts about it for sure. Like Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 are very similar in the speed of the game. Like it wasn't as plodding as Dark Souls 1. Like Dark Souls 1, my god. Even when you're unless you're like running around naked. That shit is slow, and they sped it up quite a bit. And Bloodborne's weapon styles were certainly even faster still than a lot that you found in Dark Souls 3. But yeah, they definitely took everything that they learned from Dark Souls and really polished it up considerably for Bloodborne. Bloodborne's art design was also really, really I mean, all the Dark Souls games had great art design, but Bloodborne's was particularly well done and much more reminiscent of Dark Souls 1 in terms of overall quality. Dark Souls 3 was also pretty good, but there was a variety to 1 that was like really quite something spectacular, and then 2 was kind of whatever, 3 was pretty good, and then Bloodborne was just like, wow. They really did a great job with it, and this is probably, the way this is shaping up, it's a bit of a gamble because it's more of an open world game. It's not as closed off.
Yeah, it's linear.
So it's a bit more of an open world with the Dark Soulsiness.
As long as this game has a competent story and like you're interested in your environment, what is the point of making an open concept game that is Dark Souls in terms of like no story? Like Dark Souls, there's literally no story. I mean, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Oh, well, you just didn't get into the lore and you didn't deep dive into this. Dude, shut the fuck up. There's no goddamn story to be had. And if there is one, it's bordering like you're making it up yourself. It's like being in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and you got to use your own imagination and create your own fantasy. Which, you know, to some people that might be fine. But if you're going to make an open world Dark Souls game, please, for the love of God, put in something to capture my attention, because if I feel like I'm running around in circles, fighting the same creeps that respawn every time I go around a corner and then come back around the other corner and they just magically appear back in the same position, I'm going to shut the game off. And then I won't buy another game for 4 years.
This is it. It all hinges on
Seriously.
on Elden Ring. This is it. The whole thing comes to a head. The story stuff for Dark Souls is always kind of funny to me. Like the way that I describe it now, it took me a while to like come up with how I could describe how I feel about the story delivery of Dark Souls. Is that it was like it's basically like Mad Libs, where you know what Mad Libs, right? You get the books and they gotta fill in all the shit. So the way that you fill in all the shit is a little bit of your own imagination, and then the rest of it is like you have to go in and find every item in the game so that you could read the description, so that you could take the shit out of that and put them into the Mad Lib to come up with some sort of like loosely tied together thread, and then maybe that's it.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced there is no story in Dark Souls. I think that there is I think there's an what's the word I'm looking for? There's an idea.
Well, they've done world building and there's obviously small character stories and whatnot, but there's not a huge cohesive thing that
there's
ties
not a connected
everything.
Tissue. Yeah, there's it's just you're in this world and it's like figure it out and come up with it as you want.
Yeah.
I fully believe they created the game and then go, okay, we have a great game. Now let's just sprinkle in some things here, to capture people's attention. Like let's describe this really cool boss and whatever, but let's do it since we didn't do it in the game. Let's just throw items around and then, you intern write a paragraph about what you think this thing is. That's what it feels like. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Listen, Elden Ring can do the exact same thing. Just don't have me running around for 4 or 5 hours trying to find the next boss, and there ain't nothing to do. Like, don't do that. And
the only other thing that I describe it as too is like and like people will say, oh well, it's part of the the stuff that you don't know is part of what makes it so cool because you don't know absolutely everything. I was like, and I said, look, what that worked for is Yoda.
Yeah,
that worked for Yoda, where you knew. But the thing about Yoda is you knew a lot about Yoda. You just didn't know where the fuck he came from, and how many of him was floating around the universe. Which we found about one more. I think it was Yaddle, right? And that's the show. And so the mystique around Yoda and as Yoda's species was part and parcel that added to his aura of being this like really old, very wise Jedi master, and that was additive mystique. In Dark Souls, almost nothing about anything. That's not mystique, that's just lazy.
Yeah. It wasn't in the budget, guys. This isn't art.
All of our budget went into the art team, just not the writing team.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's fine. We'll find out what Elden Ring. We'll see how much of George R.R. Martin was sprinkled in there.
We'll see. If you got George R.R. Martin, there better be story.
There better be something.